It's beautiful. Okay, let me stop being a fancy for 1 second and let you guys know that it's time. They finally dropped some Crash Bandicoot Warped footage from the Crash Bandicoot N.Sane Trilogy. Among those levels that we saw, actually, we got 3. I only thought we was going to get 1. No, we got 3. Double header from Warp Room 3, the last level of Warp Room 3. We also got Tomb Waider, which I believe is also the last level of Warp Room 4, and we get Gone Tomorrow, the second level of the final Warp Room 5. We also got a video that was recorded on the official PlayStation channel where they talked to Vicarious Visions, and we also get to see Engine, the projection of Engine when you go in, and you get to see his animation, his graphics, and also you get to see a bit of his voicing, which sounds amazing. Guys, this dropped yesterday. I would have gotten to it sooner. I was literally preparing a stream and then suddenly I just saw videos of Crash Warped and I was like, okay, I need to do a video on this. There's no way I'm not going to talk about this. So without further ado, guys, let's begin. Alright guys, so I'm Jay from the GBUKJai and welcome to another geek discussion. Let's start with the first level. Now I'm going to do things a little bit differently for this geek discussion in case you are new. Literally, I talk about some news from games, like games that I'm interested in, such as obviously like Crash Bandicoot. So occasionally I will pick up news from that, news on like Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania, you know, and just talk to you guys, you know, people that are passionate about games, and just see what they've basically got for us to see right here in trailers and demos and such. So here we are with the first level, double header. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dissect the level a bit, not quite, but I guess I'm going to watch it over again and then basically talk about it as I go, which is I just kind of have the footage and then I just talk about what I've seen. I'm actually going to talk about each of these levels as I go and discuss that as we go, so let's begin. Alrighty, here we go, and first off we see the beautiful graphics of this level. The medieval levels I think are like my favourite levels of the Crash Bandicoot Warped games. So to see this, you know, it's all like dreary, it's like a thunderstorm going along. It's so beautiful, colour and vibrant. I love how everything pops out. You know, you got the frogs popping out. You got the double-headed guy who's actually throwing chicken this time instead of a bat, which I honestly don't mind. Like, I'm not gonna be one of those people that, oh my god, it's not that faithful. It's funny. I actually think it's hilarious. I like the look of the water. Just basically looks like a massive like puddle. You know, it looks well done. Now the interesting thing about this demo, well, the footage here, is that Crash seems to have most of his power-ups up to this point. So this is assuming you've beat Engine and you've got all the power-ups, I believe. I don't know if you've got the running shoes, but we've definitely got the bazooka, as you will see here. You'll see like occasionally like the player will use the bazooka to you know, to take out like obstacles and stuff. So that's interesting. We get to see the power-ups. We also get to see the double jump. We also get to see the death tornado as well. So good stuff. I love the detail. Like, for what Vicarious Visions have been doing, honestly, it's very impressive. You know, what they've done and everything. You know, even little things like when you fire the bazooka, you see like the splash of Wampa. You know, it's just little things like that. They've also changed the flickering boxes. They used to like have like a little white inner bit in the original game where it would flicker like that, but instead they just made it like an orange box flicker, which actually, arguably, I would say I kind of like that, honestly. I suppose the white makes it stand out a little bit, so it might be a little bit harder because you know, it's just the original box. But I think I like that. It's like an added challenge, I guess I should say, so I can't complain.
Also, apparently there's quite a few death animations in this game, because there's also a video, as I was mentioned before, where Vicarious Visions were playing, well, I think it was PlayStation, but they were talking to some of Vicarious Visions about the game, and they were saying how there's so many different, you know, death animations and such. So we get to see pretty much most of this level, well, all of the level, I believe. So we also get to see the bonus. We get to hear the awesome remake of the tracks for this game. Like, they got the bonus here, which sounds phenomenal if you ask me. Of course, you know, like, as much as everything, I'm still skeptical. I'm not going to be like, oh my god, like, you know, my favorite Crash Bandicoot game has just been dropped. You know, shut up and take my money. Even though I would say, just shut up and take my money. But, you know, of course I'm always going to be skeptical. I won't know until I play it. But it's looking really promising, guys. Really, really promising. I can't get over how beautiful this looks. And how detailed. Now, I guess I don't know whether to call it criticism. I don't know whether to call it criticism, but I guess I'd say differences. One thing I noticed is that Crash at times, or the game at times, seem a little slower. Like, the animations are smooth. The animations are really smooth, in fact. I like how that doesn't even work. That's hilarious. But, in places it looks slower. Like, you may have noticed when he enters from a, you know, from a warp room, animations just seemed slow. I don't know, like, seemed too slow for me. I was like, that's a cool animation. that's a great recreation. For me, it's like, why does it seem so slow? Maybe it's me, guys. Let me know. But it just seemed slower, and I was a bit confused as to why. Was it so slow? I'm glad how smooth the animations are and stuff. You know, you got the goat there. I mean, he just totally blew that guy up, so that's quite hilarious. Of course, you know, they're faithful with the wizards. You know, you can pants them, or, you know, completely take their clothes off, which is cool. I like how the staff stays around for a bit as well. That's cool. Man, the detail, like, you gotta give it to Vicarious Visions. Like, considering, you know, they weren't the original people that worked on this, you know, it was Naughty Dog. You gotta give them props for what they've got here, because they've done incredibly well. Incredibly well. So that's double-headed. It's got the crystal and got the gem. Let's move on to Tomb Waider. This is the level where basically the Egyptian level gets flooded. Now, again, love the music. Love the details on the mummy. I love the graphics in general. It's so colourful, man. It's so colourful and so, you know, so bright. You've got like cortex on the left there, you know, the details on the walls, as it were. Amazing, amazing stuff. I love the look of the beetles, actually. And then when you jump on them, they've got like a very crunchy sound. I mean, that just sounds so satisfying. Look at the detail on that guy with the shield. Like, this looks like a remaster, guys. This looks like a remaster. I can only hope that it feels like a remaster. But to touch up on that, actually, again, to go back to the video that was on the official PlayStation website, they were talking about how obviously they were trying to get it as faithful as they could do in terms of controls. And according to them, it is, at least according to them. Now, I've also heard some people who have played the demo of like Crash 1, you know, back when that demo was about, saying that it does feel different. And I don't know if that's just because they're comparing it to Crash 1 specifically, or if they're just saying like that it feels different, because I think someone said that this control scheme is going to be pretty much the same throughout the whole series. So you're not going to get like a recreation of specifically Crash 1 physics, I guess. 2 and 3, or at least that's what it seems to be implied anyway. You know, let's just say they've got the physics of Crash 3 for all 3 games. I'm not too sure, but that's, you know, it's basically one thing going on there. Now, another thing to add, actually, apart from the water detail, it looks amazing, is that apparently, because PlayStation asked for Vicarious Visions as well. Like, so did you get any input from Naughty Dog? You know, Naughty Dog, the actual people who did this. You know, what was going on with them? And they literally just said, well, not really. They gave them their space to do it. But what they ended up doing is that when they had the demo going, they actually passed the demo on, you know, up to Naughty Dog to get their opinions on it. And apparently, they loved it. Apparently, they really enjoyed it. Does that mean that, you know, we can faithfully say that this is going to be the remaster we all wanted? Quite possibly. But of course, you know, again, it's still hard to say. We haven't got our hands on the game just yet. I can hardly wait though. I really want to try this and, you know, and get a feel of it and see. Hopefully, you know, I'll get it on day one. I've got it pre-ordered, of course. I've had it pre-ordered since it was pretty much announced and since I could actually pre-order it. So now here, interesting thing, we get to see the death route of Tomb Raider actually as well. Which I believe this is the one where you're meant to get the blue gem. Now I was wondering if they were going to change things like that, but I don't think so. But yeah, like the detail that they put into here. We also get to see a bit of like, at least I don't know, we probably won't see it in these videos, but like in other videos we get to see like bits and bobs of like the warp room and stuff as well. So that's also cool. And also, I guess as a bonus thing, I'll drop it here. There's also, like, I'm not sure if it's official, but there was also videos dropped on Twitter. And one of the videos was actually Crash and Coco dancing, like doing the Crash dance. As in, like, Coco's actually doing the Crash dance, holding her laptop, which is hilarious, but adorable. I love it. I really love it. I do. Oh man, I really love it. Now obviously the textures are like completely, well not completely different, but obviously like revamped and stuff. But it definitely fits, like, you know, the HD style and that, and I just can't get over the detail, guys. I really can't. Like the shininess of like the enemies and, you know, the sprites, everything all pops out, everything's all, you know, bright and vibrant. Well, for the most part. Like, I've seen some Crash 2 footage which seem a little colourful but a bit darker, maybe that's what they're kind of going for. But like, I would admit this does look a little bit darker than the original game, like colourful for sure, but a little, like, I guess like the lighting is good, I think. Does seem a little bit darker. Maybe it's just my opinion, but let me know what you think, guys, because I do think it seems a little bit darker than than the original. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, as long as it's not too dark, of course. You know, you can see what's going and stuff. So I'm actually kind of interested to see was it bug light? I think it's bug light's going to look out, you know, outside at night. God, that might be pitch black. We might not be able to see anything at all. I suppose we'll get to find out. Now, yeah, I was saying before, like, E3 at this point in time is literally around the corner, and I literally thought they were going to wait. But no, they literally just dropped so much footage. It's crazy. Like, they just dropped so much. You know, and there's to also mention about the whole Crash and Coco thing, which we'll touch up in the next bit. I also like the fact that he regurgitates the gems and the crystals. That's cool. Alright guys, it's time for the final video for you guys I've got here. Final level, which is Gone Tomorrow. The second futuristic level, because the first one is Future Frenzy. This is the second one in Warp Room 5, the one where you go fight Cortex and Uka Uka. But before I get into this, actually, oh my god, wow, can I just say that that machine dude looks amazing. Look at him. He actually looks really intimidating. I love that. Like, wow, really good. And I like the space guys and the laser details on them. Oh god. Wow, this looks phenomenal. It really does. I can't wait. I can't wait to get my hands on this game and get through it. But anyway, right, as I was going to say, to touch up on more like little spoofs, I guess. We also got like the game over screen with like Uka Uka which look amazing. Now, I think Vicarious Vision did say that they tried to get like the old actors, and they weren't clear as to who they got. They just said that they tried, and when they couldn't, they got someone who could try and get as close as they could. I mean, it's understandable. At least they tried. I think they were saying like, I think Aku might be a different voice actor, possibly. But I mean, like Engine, I don't know if Engine's the same voice actor, but you know, sounds pretty good if you ask me. Really good, in fact. You know, I can only anticipate how the other villains, you know, like Dingo Dial and stuff, the ones we haven't seen, because we saw in the villains trailer, which I didn't touch up on. You know, we saw Crash 1, 2 villains. We saw Tiny. We didn't see anything Crash Warped yet. So you know, we haven't actually seen any boss fights at all, I don't think, for Crash Warped. Not yet. I can only assume, if they can wait, that we will see it. That we will see it in E3. So apparently they... I don't know if they were or weren't going to do like the mirror reflect there, because like this level has the mirror reflect, right, in the original game. They were talking about it, saying that, well, the original game had it, we gotta have it, you gotta have it. Like, you know, the details that Vicarious Visions, like, you know, look, we need to be one-to-one, because they really, really want to be faithful. They want to give fans what we've wanted, you know. And like I say, this opens the possibilities, possibly, if this does well, for like a possible, you know, Crash Team Racing remake, you know, things like that. That would be amazing. And the one thing that I think a lot of people are hoping for as well is to, you know, go past Crash and go to Spyro. Because if anyone else needs a remake, it's definitely Spyro, I think. You know, and I'm talking about the original Spyro games. Spyro 1, 2, and 3. Definitely, for sure. Now, I don't mind the music track for this level. That sun, though, that sun in between that little section there, I like that detail. That's amazing. You know, you get the little, even though there's like all these buildings everywhere, you see that it's like a sunsetting in the future currently. You know, this is the future ruled by Cortex. Just the detail, the lighting in places is just, it's on point. I like the sound effects as well. Like, some of them sound similar to how they were. Some of them are like unique sounds, and I ain't too bothered as long as they sound alright. And I think they sound very, what's the word, crunchy. I like that sound. I like that word, crunchy. It's the best way I could describe it. You know, there's some oomph to it. You know, there's some oomph. There's some satisfaction when you like hit an enemy or something. When you break a box, it's so satisfying. I've heard people say before, and even myself, it's like when you just destroy a load of boxes, it's so satisfying in the original games. And here, like, the crunchy sound is only going to make it more satisfying. You know what I mean? Oh wow, I didn't know you could actually do that. Yeah, so that's an interesting detail. You spin the dude and you actually just destroyed that guy in one go. That's crazy. Of course you can't get the box gem because you need the air. Alright, this is actually another level that I forgot to mention to you guys. Orange Asphalt. Yes, this is the fourth one. I actually did forget. I did apologize to mention. Now, here we get to see a time trial actually for this as well. So we also get to see the boxes, the clock. We get to see the races, and you know, we also get to see the police cars, and you know, the engine gas station, all that jazz from the motorbike levels. Now, I did hear by Vicarious Visions that because they know how stiff the controls were. I mean, as this guy just going around and you know in the desert-y bit, they tried to, I believe, made it, you know, easier to control. So I'm looking forward to that. You know, that's, to be fair, I think that's a fair, like, adjustment to the game. You know, because the control wasn't particularly great, I would admit. So, and I wonder if it's going to be faithful to the original, as in, like, if you miss a box, you can't turn around. Because, you know, you literally just go forward. I mean, it would be faithful to the original, so, I mean... I love this remix though. The remix looks amazing, and I also like the fact that I noticed that the guys like have like have like scarves on or such, or ascots, you know, got like a little ribbon blowing around behind them. That's cool, you know, emphasizing on there, oh hey, you know, we're racers in the desert and stuff. I like that. The detail is just on point. Is it me? Does Crash look like he's a little squished on the bike? Is that me? Like, it look like he's kind of like putting his head down, I guess. I don't know. But one thing I will say is that, as you'll notice actually, and well, before I even get to that, is that he gets sparks, but he also collects the crystal. Yeah. Now the reason why is that weird is because in Crash Bandicoot Warped, in order for you to actually get the relic, right, to even do the relic challenge, is that you had to get the crystal first in order to do it, which I find interesting. And I actually noticed someone comment on one of the videos saying, wait, how did he get the crystal if he's doing the time trial? You have to get the crystal first. At least I believe so. I actually have to think about that now. That's making me think. I'll have to double check that, but I'm pretty certain, because I never really just, you know, left the warp room without getting the crystal. I only did that in Crash 2 just to annoy Cortex. That would be interesting to see you know, how Cortex reactions. I hope they redo that. They have to. It's the comedy part of Crash. They have to redo those funny goofy things where Cortex gets angry at you for not collecting the crystal. That's gotta happen. That's hilarious. But yeah, I do find that interesting. But I don't know if I mentioned there was like sparks or fire at the end when you get like a booster. So that's cool. Emphasizing on the old boost. Crash is styling even cooler on the motorcycle. So that's it, guys. That is literally it. That's all the footage I'm going to show you. If you want to see more footage, I may try and put links to like the footage on, you know, on the PlayStation website. If you want to have a look at that, I'll put the link in the description. Anything else, if I can find like the Uka Uka, not sure. I don't think I can actually find the actual video of I'm sure someone probably has it, of like Coco and Crash doing a Crash dance. It was on Twitter, so perhaps you could try looking like perhaps on the Crash Bandicoot Twitter page, that you might be able to find it on there. But oh boys, just like, is it time? Can I play it yet? Oh boy, I can only really hope that, you know, I should hopefully get it on day one release, if Amazon actually delivers it to me. But yeah, guys, all I can say is this looks fantastic. This is my favorite game of the series, and I feel like at the moment they're doing a great justice, and I can only hope that, you know, it's going to be great. It looks great. We just got to see if it actually feels great, you know, when we get into it and when we play it. I can't imagine. I'm not sure what they're going to do for the E3. Maybe we'll see some Coco levels, and that's actually what I want to ask you guys. What do you think, if, you know, they're going to show at E3? You know, are they going to show say like Crash Warped bosses? Are they going to show some other warp rooms, perhaps like on Crash 2 or something? You know, really see some secret levels, you know what I mean? Any new things that they might have possibly added? I say possibly, because like I say, with the whole double-header guy, you know, they changed the bats to like chicken, and Vicarious Visions even said like it was just a quirky thing that they thought, hey, you know, it'd be kind of funny to change it. The team thought it'd be kind of funny to change it, you know. It's just something different, like something light-hearted. And you know, as people have been saying, I've been reading like in other videos and comments, like this could be what we need to. I mean, granted, we have Ukulele, and that was like the start of, I believe, the 3D genre coming back into it. But now we've got Crash. Most people know about Crash, you know. Crash was literally like PlayStation's mascot for like the longest time, back in the 90s. You know, so it's like he's coming back. We hope. You know what I mean? Like, this looks promising, guys, and I will keep hoping, but I'll always be skeptical, because, you know, we are gamers. I am nerds, and you know, I try not to hype up things too much, because you just never know. You know, you just never know what's going to happen until you play it. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for listening and watching this geek discussion. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe, because I'm sure I'll do much more on Crash, or you know, other games. I'm sure I'll do like maybe like a day one impressions video, things like that, and I'm sure I'll stream it day one as long as I get it and things like that. So you know, you want to see more Crash, you want to see more other platforming, or you know, any of our other videos, be sure to subscribe, and also let me know your thoughts. What's the favorite level that you're looking forward to seeing in Crash Warped? Like, it could be any of these levels that we've seen here. You know, it could be Gone Tomorrow, it could be Tomb Raider, it could be Double Header, but if it isn't, what's like the one level, let's say in E3, what's one level that you want them to show off that you haven't seen yet? It could be like one of the Coco levels or something. But I do like the whole entering and re-entering like warp rooms, like that, how the whole screen kind of twists in and stuff. I love that detail. That's amazing. Alright guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next Geek Discussion.